Today I'm going to talk about how the owner should handle in-office politics. Hey everybody, Greg Winteregg here, CEO Matterhorn Business Development. Welcome back to the channel. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. We're pumping out 3 videos a week on profit first, hiring, managing by statistics, expanding your company, etc. So you don't want to miss the awesome content that we're pumping out. Today, I want to talk about office politics. And honestly, I have to tell you, I'm from Indiana. I was raised in the Midwest. I just turned 65. I'm old school. And so I really don't like in-office politics. And to me, it becomes very careful, and we have to worry about people's feelings. But here's the thing. If there's no communication and the only thing that's happening is you have 2 people and they're upset with each other and now they're talking to their friends with inside the business, you're going to end up with the Hatfields and the McCoys. You're just going to let it sit there and it's going to get worse and worse and worse. So rule number 1, if there is an in-office conflict, the owner or the manager over that area has to sit both parties down and they have to talk it out. And you're not just going to send them as the owner, you're not going to send them off to sort it out for themselves like adults, because this is happening because they're not being adults. So adults will sit down and have a rational conversation, and that should be supervised by the owner or the manager, depending on how big the company is and depending on the situation. So now, there has to be an agreement. So there is an agreement. And as the owner, I want to sit there and I want to watch, because have I not established a policy? Maybe they have a legitimate disagreement here over something that I actually didn't even know was a thing. And now I say, whoa, that's really good, guys. So how about if in the future we have this policy, that policy, and then that will create agreement, my policy. So I definitely want to oversee all of this. So that is one scenario where I don't have a policy and that has created a disagreement, and we have 2 people sit down. I kind of learned something. Now, you can have personality conflicts. It's just going to happen. A couple of people, then they just aren't going to work well together, doesn't play well with others, however you might want to say it. All right, well then those 2 are going to have to agree to get along if they want to keep their job. Because see, I am responsible for the culture of the company. I am responsible for the esprit de corps. I'm responsible for if everybody likes working here or not. This is my team. This is my environment, and that's my responsibility. So then these 2 are going to have to learn how to play well together while they're on the job. And if they can't play well together, then they're not being part of my team, and they're going to have to find a job somewhere else. So you can do a whole investigation and find out who started it or whatever, but I don't know. I have a very successful business owner with a company in New York, over 100 employees, and he will sit down, the CEO will sit down and sort out the disagreement. If it's not going to handle, they both get fired. If it handles, they go off to do their jobs, and it resurfaces, they're both fired. And that's the level of importance this person puts, the CEO puts, on having a good attitude at the company. So yes, no in-office politics, no in-office bickering. Finally, no jerks, really. Some people are just jerky. Some people cause trouble. Some people enjoy causing trouble. Some people enjoy going to speak to someone at the water cooler and then going back over into their department and say something nasty about the person over at the water cooler. I watched a real interesting episode of Undercover Boss not long ago, and it was at a Boston market. I think it was a Boston market franchise. And so the owner is there undercover, and he's being trained on day 1 by a person who's standing at the cash register now, teaching him how to run the cash register. That's an entry-level job. And this person said, I really don't like the customers. They come in here, they have all these demands. I really don't like people. And so this is the person that the manager has training brand new employees. Now, nobody in the building knew they were training the CEO or the regional franchise owner. And at the end of the day, that person was fired. Now, this is a bad reflection on management and every staff member in that franchise, because I know this person, that was not the first time they had said they don't like customers. They're just ridiculous. They have unreasonable demands. Every staff member who ever heard that, every manager who knew about it and let that employee stay there is responsible for destroying the team attitude. So my advice is, in your company, you have a no jerks policy. If somebody's being jerky to other staff members, they just need to go. You can correct them once. And listen, there's employment law, varies by state to state. By all means, there's verbal warnings, written warnings, 3 written warnings and you're gone. Whatever it might be, obviously you follow the law in your state. But here's the point. Everybody in that building where this one person is complaining about the customers is responsible for leaving that guy there. Somebody should have reported it to a manager to a regional manager, or a manager just saying, I'm sorry, dude, you're in the wrong industry. But you have to have a responsible team that takes full responsibility for the team attitude. And it's become too vogue to like, I don't want to get anybody in trouble. I don't want to make a scene. What would they put on my Facebook page if I said that they just told a customer off or whatever? So listen, the in-office politics, there really is no room for it. There's no position for it. It has no place. If there's a disagreement, it needs to be sorted out. It needs to be sorted out rapidly. Maybe a new policy. Maybe the 2 people just need to quit causing drama. Maybe we have a jerk who just needs to go. Maybe both people need to go. Maybe they just don't play well with others in any environment. I don't know. But here's the final point of this is the owner needs to take responsibility for creating an environment where everybody likes coming to work. And that's my business tip for the day. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. We're pumping out 3 videos a week on small business and how we can help you be more successful.